my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you're new to my channel, hey, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you're back, welcome back. Today I am here with a WIP and Chat for all of you, and if you're not familiar, WIP stands for Work in Progress. Chat is fairly self-explanatory, so feel free to whip out your WIP and work alongside of me. I'll be diamond painting tonight and just be chatting with you all, letting you know kind of what's been going on, crafting, personal life wise, all that. And hopefully I can keep you company while you're working on whatever that looks like. Feel free to let me know down below in the comments what you were working on while we caught up a little bit in this video. I'd imagine some of you might be wrapping up your last minute holiday prep and plans. So I know I still have so much to do. So we'll see. I'm not entirely sure how long this particular WIP and Chat is going to go, but I was really looking forward to hopping on and catching up with all of you. So to give you a quick rundown of what I will be working on this evening, this is Little Helpers. We have a little dragon friend here. You'll get to work with me on her cute little face. This is from Diamond Art Club and is from the artist Anne Stokes. And this was sent to me as a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club back when it first released a couple months back. And it's a little bit slower going than I'm used to, but I've just been so busy that I'm not really, thinking too much about it. So yes, this is Little Helpers, Diamond Art Club and Anne Stokes. And then I know you guys saw these last week, but I needed to keep it quick and easy tonight as far as accessories go, so I just grabbed what I had handy. This pen is from Lazy River Wood Turning. I adore them. They're one of my very, very, very favorite pen turning shops, and it's a Christmas tree. So these colors match this kit perfectly and was one of the main reasons that I decided to try to go for this particular pen when it dropped. And then the tray is from Muni Made and is from the limited Christmas release that she did. I think it's sparkly red. Again, perfect for Christmas. I don't have the packet with me. It's over on my desk over there. I'm using Scented Putty from Randa's Crafty Corner in my multi-placer, and I'm using Not Your Mama's Mud in Tinseltown in my single placer. And then this little minder, I have to confess, I don't remember where I got this from. I think it was either Kim's Needle Minders or Galloway's Gallery. It was over a year ago at this point, but yay, Disney. Let me peel back this section and we will go ahead and get started. So I need to slip this magnet. You know what? This is just going to be decoration for us for now because before too long I'm going to have to open up that other section. Anyway, how are you guys doing tonight? I hope you're having a really wonderful start to your week. We are in that home stretch over here, getting to Christmas. There's a lot to be done, a lot to be done. Good news, my Christmas tree is up. It is not decorated, but it is up, and I just am taking it in stages. So there was one day, a few days ago, that we actually put the tree up, and then on Saturday, which was yesterday, it's currently Sunday evening, yesterday I went through and I fluffed all the branches. We do artificial trees. I fluffed all the branches so it looks a little bit more balanced and not awkwardly squished on various sides. And my hope is that one evening this week we can get some ornaments on the tree. At the very least, get the tree skirt on and the angel on top or whatever. I kind of want to switch over to doing a star on top of the tree, but that'll be next Christmas, Katie's problem. Or maybe I'll, shop some clearance sales after the holidays. I kind of have in mind, a style that I want or whatever, so we'll see. But I still need to wrap up just a little bit of Christmas shopping. I'm almost done. It just has been one of those years. I did have so much fun for two reasons, really. But this past Friday, I posted about this on Instagram, so you may have seen me share. I got to go to downtown Disney, which I live in Southern California, just 15 or 20 minutes from Disneyland. And while we don't currently have annual passes, like you can still go and walk around downtown Disney without having a pass. And I knew I wanted to go shop around downtown Disney a little bit, preferably by myself, because with the kids in tow, I wouldn't be able to really like enjoy shopping. It would be more of a chore. But I just wanted to go enjoy some of the holiday decor, because even though they do most of the decor in the parks, they also do lots of really pretty holiday decor in downtown Disney. So I wanted to go check that out, and I wanted to pick up ornaments. I thought I would get ornaments there this year. So our family, I know we're not the only ones that do this, but both Adam's and my families growing up had a tradition where we each got an ornament each year, and like our parents would try to find something that was like had maybe some significance to the year, like if there was a vacation we'd gone on, or like something that we were really into that particular year or something like that. We'd go for that kind of ornament, and that's what we've been doing with our kids as well. And since we got to go to Disney World this past summer, I thought it would be fun to get Disney themed ornaments. This ended up working out super perfectly because I was chatting a little bit with Lindsay at Emeralds and Fairy Lights, and she mentioned something in passing. I think we were talking about our sneak peeks from Diamond Art Club for the week, and she said something in passing about being in Disneyland until Saturday, and I was like, hold up, you're in town? Because she doesn't even live in the state. And I was like, I don't want to crash your vacation or anything, but like if you find yourself able to like duck out of the parks to like grab coffee or lunch, or even just to say hi, like I'm planning on going to downtown Disney anyway, and it would be so amazing to meet you in person. Lindsay and I have a lot in common, and that just like was only more evident like when we actually got to hang out. We got to hang out for about an hour, and we just chatted. We just talked. It was so fun. I got to meet her husband and her sweet oldest little guy, and it was so much fun. And it was just this like confirmation that it's like online friends are real friends. You know, it wasn't awkward at all, and it was just so much fun. And I was like, I wish you lived closer. You know, I would go to Disney with you all the time. And our boys are really similar in age, and you know, share a lot of the same sorts of like struggles, just in terms of like special needs and whatnot, which she's shared about before. I'm not airing her business, but it was just so neat. It's just so fun when you get to meet someone in person that you've only ever seen online. So yay. So I'm hoping like you're gonna come back sometime, right? And that was a lot of fun. And then I did find ornaments. I did find some really pretty ornaments. I did pick out one for myself, and I found some for the boys, and it was really nice just to get to walk around and enjoy all the pretty holiday overlay goodness at downtown Disney. It's just magical. So that was a really nice bright spot in my week. And that was the kids' last day of school. They're now on winter break, and I'm trying to be a good sport about it, because I have just really thoroughly enjoyed and gotten used to having a few hours a day to myself with the kids being in school. So of course I'm excited to have them home and do this lead up to Christmas and all of that. But part of me is mourning that like there's just quiet hours where I can get things done. I can go shopping, and I can get my shopping done in like a third of the time that it would take me if the kids were with me. yes. So I'm also going to have to get a little bit creative because I still need to pick up a few things for them. Like I need to go pick up like some stocking stuffers. And I realized I'm like, oh, I can't just do that when they're not in school. I can't just take them to the store with me to pick out things like stocking stuffers. So I'll just go like maybe in an evening, like when Adam can just hang with them, or maybe I can do like a drive-up order at Target or something. But yes, so we'll see how this week goes. But my Adam's parents, my in-laws, are in town. His dad has been here for a week, but then his mom got here yesterday, which is super fun. She had her last day of teaching and now she's on break. And so we got to see them yesterday. And also, like, they are saints because we ended up taking advantage of them and basically having them be our babysitters. And it was funny because it wasn't even like Adam and I were going on a date night. It was that we both had things come up that we wanted to try to go to, and they were separate things. Mine was I'd been invited to, there's a bunch of trash in here. I'd been invited to just go out for like a late dinner and drinks with some girlfriends for one of the gals' birthdays. And it was just girls going. And then Adam had been invited to a holiday themed, it was like a dip themed. I don't remember what they called it. I had to bring like a dip. I didn't even ask him what I ended up taking. But ended up he got invited to that, and it was just like for after they finished filming on Saturday, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go to this birthday thing because it's for one of my best friends, and I was like, so I feel like that gets priority over the Christmas party. I was like, oh yeah, it totally does, but I think we can do both because my parents are gonna be here. We can just have them watch the kids. And I was like, oh, but again, his mom was a saint. His parents were saints because his mom like had flown out super early Ohio time and then was gonna have to be here late because I mean these were like evening functions, but all went fine. She ended up conking out on our couch and I got to hang out with a couple of my really good girlfriends, and it was just really, really nice to get out, and it was very low key. One of them has like a 6-week-old, and so it's her second kiddo, but her first they had adopted when she was like 1.5 years old. So this is like her first time having a newborn. And it was, I think she probably enjoyed having people that could kind of commiserate with her and encourage her and all of that, because holy cow, postpartum is no joke. And my heart was going out to her because she's talking about like how she has to go back to work. Like maternity leave in the United States is a freaking joke. I have lots and lots and lots of feelings about it. I will keep my language clean here, but my true thoughts on it and the lack of support and care that are given to new parents, both mothers and fathers and NBs, like across the board, given to parents, is null and void. Like it's non-existent. Expecting moms to go back to work after 6 or 8 weeks is insanity. So all this to say, we were just trying to share lots of love and encouragement with her. And we, oh my gosh, we were very, very indulgent. The birthday girl was like, is it silly? Like, can we go to 2 different restaurants? Because I really want the appetizers from this one, but then I really want the actual like dinner food and dessert from this other one. And we were like, girlfriend, like our kids are in bed, like we'll do whatever, like nothing is too indulgent. Like we don't get to go out that often at all. Like, yes, let's do it. So we had these amazing, they were avocado egg rolls from Cheesecake Factory, and had 1 round of drinks there. and then went over to another restaurant to get pizza and Pizookies and round 2 of drinks. And it was so fun. So fun. And so just relaxed and very, very good self-care. I was very appreciative that my in-laws were willing to stay over with the kids late so that I could, hang out late. And it was what I needed. Last week was a tough one. It was even worse than the week before, which I know. I'm trying really hard not to have a complex about being a downer. My friends keep telling me, like, you don't have to worry about being a downer. Like, it's okay to be honest about where you're at with your mental health. So I really super appreciate all of your kindness and encouragement after last week's WIP and Chat, where I was really, really vulnerable and transparent about how I was doing mental health wise. And I really, really appreciated all of your kindness there. And just how many of you shared that you were going through such similar struggles. My heart just goes out to you. I hate that this time of year is so difficult for so many of us. And I hope that the coming days are easier for you. And for those of you, I mentioned this last week, but I want to make sure I say it again because I don't want you to miss out if this is something that you will, need or benefit from. But I love that Pippa is organizing again. I think this is her 3rd year of doing it. She's organizing like 48 hours of premieres with various YouTube creators. So basically, for the 48 hours surrounding Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, there will be someone scheduled to have a premiere video going up. And if you're not familiar with what a premiere is, I think my printer just turned on. Is my house haunted? Do I need to go get the salt? Okay. So what a premiere is on YouTube is it's similar to a live, but it's different. So it's a pre-recorded video that goes live at a designated time and plays as though it's live. And first time that it plays, there's a live chat feature where it works like it's a live. The difference being, since it's been pre-recorded, it's not as though I'm seeing into the future and seeing who's in the chat. But the idea is that the creator will actually be in the chat watching the premiere along with you and can interact with you in the chat. The idea behind these premieres is that not everyone has like the perfect set of Christmas plans or Christmas Eve plans, and holidays can be very, very lonely. And by having someone having a premiere going at any given time in those 48 hours, I think that the hope is that that will help you feel less alone. That you can just open it up and, whoever is live at that moment, or not live, whoever's premiere is going live at that moment, you can hop in and just have some company. So my time slot is on Christmas Day. It's in the afternoon, my time, which actually it works well. My original time slot was gonna be at like 6 a.m. my time, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. on Christmas Day to be hanging out in the live chat of my premiere. I don't know if I can do it. So I ended up swapping to a different time, but I am planning to do a video with Adam where we answer tag questions. And I got this idea because I saw Laura, Anxiety Art Adventures, put up a video. It went up early for her channel members, which I'm a member of her channel. She's so wonderful. Please go and check her out. But I saw that she had put up a video where she and her husband answered some tag questions, and immediately was like, oh, that's something that I think I could do for the Christmas premieres. So I just sent her a message and was like, hey, Is it all right with you if I do the same concept for my Christmas premiere? She's like, oh yeah, of course. I can't wait to see what yours and Adam's answers are to the questions. And so I think we're going to do that. We're going to film it tomorrow evening. Just in terms of logistics, we've just had a busy few evenings. Currently, Adam is at he's seeing the Spider-Man movie, the new Spider-Man movie. Don't worry, there will be no spoilers here. I promise. I was so paranoid about seeing spoilers myself. I'm absolutely not going to do that to any of you. But yeah, it's the new Marvel Spider-Man movie. And since Adam's parents were so gracious to watch the kids last night, we were like, we're not going to ask them to babysit again today, like not 2 days in a row. So we were like, let's just do our like solo movie thing. And this comes from a place of like practicality in terms of budget and logistics as far as babysitter. So babysitter logistics being that aside from when any of our parents are in town, we had a go-to babysitter that we could like pay to come over and watch our kids. But during the past year and a half and its craziness, she ended up moving. And now I'm like, shoot, I hate trying to find a new babysitter. It's so stressful. But we need to do that. But since she moved away, it was like, well, that makes things complicated. So we decided, like, again, for logistics and then for sake of budget, because hello, babysitters are not cheap. Sometimes when we aren't feeling like, oh, we need to have a date night together, we will just be practical and we'll just each see the movie by ourselves. Preferably in the same day, so that then like after the second person sees the movie, then we can still sit down and talk about it. And it's like we saw the movie together. We go through like all the IMDb trivia and stuff like that. I've shared about this before, but I always like to share tips for those of you that are new and you're like, how can I still do fun things, but like on a budget, especially if you have to worry about having a sitter. So that's the idea is, it's not like when you're sitting in the movie theater itself, it's not like you're talking while the movie is on. And if you are talking while the movie is on, you are the kind of people that I don't want to be in a theater with. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. It's a huge pet peeve of mine. There are literally movie theaters that we will go out of our way to avoid going to because we know that the crowds there are obnoxious to us. And I'm talking about like the people that will literally just want to like carry on a full-on conversation like all through the movie, like have a running commentary. I'm like, do that in the comfort of your and privacy of your own home where you are not bothering anyone else. But it is, for me, it's super distracting. It's not even like I'm just arbitrarily being rude. It's like I literally cannot focus. My brain will not hear what's happening, or I won't really like see and absorb what's happening on the screen if I have that like auditory distraction. Anyway, rant over. I don't know why. Apparently it's something I feel passionate about. We love our movies. And I guess I should just leave it at that. But anyway, all this to say that like we're romantic plenty of the time and be like, oh, we go see a movie together and hold hands and, share popcorn or whatever. And then sometimes it's like, hey, I'm going to go see this. I want to see the movie first. So actually that is how that worked out. So when we were talking about it, and we're like, we really want to see this movie because we're both worried about spoilers, because with movies like this that just are super, super popular, it's like I'm afraid to open social media for fear of seeing spoilers. So I was like, can I go during the day, like in the morning? Because then if you go in the evening, I can film my WIP and Chat and not feel like I'm taking away from our time. Because I really did still want to get to put up a WIP and Chat this week. And Adam was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And I was like, I promise I will try not to rub your nose in it, that I got to see this movie first. We were both really, really excited about it. It was so good. No, I promise I'm not going to say anything else. I promise. I will just say that I loved it. I loved it. And I'm like, I want to see it again. Maybe we can go when we're visiting family over the holidays. Be like, hey, you guys want to babysit the kids? We're just going to go out and see this movie again. That was super, super good. But yeah, so this upcoming week, we'll get to spend some more time with Adam's parents. They are spending some time working on their house. That's one of the main reasons they're out here. They're moving out here in next summer. So they're just going to be coming out a few times between now and then to, like I said, to work on the house. And it needs some TLC from what I understand. But I just realized that I need to go grab another bag of this color. It's just sitting over here. Okay, I'm really sorry if that messed with the audio, but here we go. All right. I can't always fit like all of the bags of a color in the containers and still fit them all in one tray. So I just will have like another bag going. Like, here's all of the extra bags. Is that $3.50? Yeah. And a little random spare drill. But yeah, we haven't actually seen the house yet, but I think we're going to be able to go down later this week, and then we'll see them on Christmas Day, and open gifts and all of that. And then we'll fly to see my family, which will be lots of fun. I'm a little sad. I'm really sad. I'm not going to get to see my brother. The timing just doesn't work out with work schedules and whatnot for he and his girlfriend to fly back at Christmas. Oh my goodness, excuse me for yawning. If you're in my Patreon, you're used to seeing me yawn in vlogs all the time, but usually you don't see me yawning or hear me yawning in just like my regular WIP and Chat videos. I don't know what it is. There's like something about when my face is on like the forward facing camera or something that it just, maybe I see my own face and I'm like, that is so boring, and I just yawn all the time. Oh, it's no fun if you can't make fun of yourself, right? Yes, so we're not going to get to see my brother at Christmas, but I am looking forward to seeing my parents. I'm not totally sure if we're going to see extended family or not. It's a bit of a drive to see them, and I don't know how the boys would do with the long drive there and back. I'm not sure how that would go. So we'll see. We do have to get up pretty early, though, the day after Christmas to catch our flight. So I'm just hoping that the boys are not cranky and that I'm not cranky. Because it's a day of travel plus the time change. And going west to east, I feel like is kind of tough. I feel like that's the harder transition to do. But hopefully, I'm hopeful, like knock on wood, that the kiddos will travel okay. I'm not worried at all about Connor, but Micah is always the wild card. But when we went to Disney World over the summer, I joked, but was mostly serious, that I swear that kid's favorite, quote, ride the whole time that we were there was the shuttle bus, like between the parks or back to the hotel or whatever. I'm like, he just loved riding that shuttle bus. So I'm hoping like maybe it's going to be a similar novelty, like flying on the plane. I don't know, but I just, he's always the wild card. And I just keep telling myself, as he gets older, it will get easier. It's already going to be easier now than it was, a few years ago. There's something that is a huge relief about not having to worry about like nap times. were/are the kinds of parents that like we know our kids well enough that we know that like they don't function well if they don't have like structured sleep, and also that we as parents don't function well if there's not structured sleep. And so we were always like really, really particular about things like nap times. And so when we literally, like when we would book flights for the holidays and whatnot, when our kids were very little, like I'm talking like 1 to 2, like infant to like 2 years old, when it was like, we can either have a screaming child most of the flight, or we can go out of our way to make sure that we are planning these flights and whatnot around nap times. That's what we did. But it was also always a huge source of stress for me, because I was like, if a flight gets delayed, if something does not go according to schedule, then I'm afraid that we're going to be up a creek, you know? And that's just the reality of traveling, particularly around the holidays, is that that's kind of the rule, right? Is that things are just not going to go perfectly to plan. Somehow we survived. It's fine. But I am relieved that, like, because Micah hasn't napped in like a year. He dropped his nap much earlier than Connor did. But it means he gets really good sleep at night. So I'll take that any day. I feel like if you're the parent of a young child, and or if you've like recently had really young children, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, like about how precious sleep is and how it feels like for a while your lives just revolve around like their sleep schedules and stuff. Now, I know some kids are very flexible. And some kids like do better without like having strictly scheduled nap times. That was just not the case with either of my kids. We certainly tried the whole idea of like, well, if you just teach them to be flexible from an early age, then they'll just be flexible. That's great, but that's not how it worked for my kids. Believe me, I tried. But oh my goodness, yeah, just I'm relieved that like Micah's impulse control is getting a little bit better every day, and that we're not stuck worrying about like nap times and bedtimes. But it was also just so nice, like last night before I went out, initially I had planned like, oh, I'll just be a little bit late to our outing so that I can help with bedtime. But then I realized, I'm like, actually, the kids are old enough and easy enough about bedtime. I don't know that I need to be here for bedtime. And so I just asked Adam's parents when they got here, I was like, I am more than happy to stay. But if you feel up to it, you know, the kids are pretty chill. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll take care of bedtime. And I just, sat down with Connor really quick and was like, okay, so Grandma and Grandpa are going to do bedtime. Can you be a really big helper for me? And if they're not sure about like something relating to bedtime for you or Micah, can you be my really big helper? And Connor loves to be a helper. He loves to be able to tell people what to do. I don't know where he got it from. Where could that have come from? But no, he was totally on board with that, and the kids both love their grandparents dearly. So that was just, it was like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to have that flexibility and to feel like life is just opening back up a little bit to where it's not like a huge ordeal to go out around the kids' bedtimes. So yeah, sorry, this turned into like the parenting woes WIP and Chat. But one last thing on parenting woes, and then I'll try to shift the subject a bit. But Connor's still having trouble with saying his stomach is hurting. And now that he's on Christmas break, I'm going to see if anything changes, like if anything was somehow directly school related. depending on how that goes, then I'll start playing around with some different like possible culprits in his diet, and trying to like evaluate like anything that I feel like may have changed in the past couple weeks to bring this on. Even like tonight, I had the thought where I was like, oh, we got a new mouthwash flavor, and I think that he started using that a few weeks ago. Could it be the mouthwash flavor, even though he's not swallowing it? It's like, is there something about it that's like bothering his stomach somehow? Like, is he ingesting a little bit of it or something? Is it something with the flavor? Like, that's what my brain goes to, is like, okay, what are all of the possible things that changed? I missed one because of course I did. Any of the possible things that changed in the past couple of weeks. Because I think that this all happened, has it been 3 weeks now? But I'm not going to mess around too much. Like, if I can't like figure out a culprit pretty quickly, then I'll be calling the pediatrician, and getting like a referral to a GI doctor or something like that. Like, I don't want him to be like uncomfortable or in any kind of pain for any length of time, but it just feels like, there are a couple of things that I want to at least rule out first. So that's where I'm starting with it. And we'll just see. Like, kid's been eating the same kinds of meals, like almost the same food for a long time because autism and sensory sensitivities. And so to me, it does feel kind of odd that like he would suddenly develop like some sort of allergy or sensitivity to something that he's been eating for so long. But our bodies are weird. Our gut health is not always predictable. So we'll figure it out. I'm hoping, like, part of me is hoping that it is like related to anxiety or something like that, or something related to school. Because then that's something that should make itself pretty obvious. Like, because he's on break, if he's totally fine the next few days, then that may be a hint. Then again, yesterday and today, he kind of on and off was talking about how his stomach hurt. It was really cute in the most pitiful way, though, because he would say like, oh, mommy, my tummy bug hurts, because that's how we had referred to it at one point. Is we're like, oh, you just have a little tummy bug, back when this was only lasting, like, he had just thrown up the one time at school, and we just said, oh, you just have a little tummy bug, you'll feel better soon. But now he's decided that like there's a bug in his tummy, and that's what's hurting. Like, my tummy bug hurts. I'm like, that's adorable, but also, oh, poor guy. So we'll figure it out, but yeah, from what my mom was telling me, and other people that have had kiddos with GI issues, like stomach pain and like stomach issues apparently can just be really difficult to diagnose and pin down, because a lot of it just seems like it's process of elimination more than anything. And some of the like testing can be not terribly pleasant. So on a happier note, though, Connor did get poke number 1 on Friday. So I'm hoping that he'll, have some protection, as we're traveling over the holidays. His immune system in general is really good, but our pediatrician's office finally got it in. And so I was really glad we did it that way, because instead of trying to like just go to a pharmacy and do it, because we were, in our own private room, and it was just like a nurse visit. But there was like a nurse and had an assistant come in, and I just let them know, I'm like, I don't know how he's going to handle this. And so they ended up giving it to him just in his leg, because I guess that can be like more comfortable for them. And it also is a little bit less scary, because they don't see like the needle, and also like it's harder for them to like jerk away. I know that sounds so bad. I know. But he did great. He cried when it happened. Like he didn't like it one bit, but then he bounced back pretty quickly, and he has had no reaction at all. Like absolutely nothing. He just seems like his perfectly normal self. So I'm very, very, very grateful for that, and also just grateful that we were able to get that done before we travel. So he'll go for round 2 in January, but he should still have some protection. And just FYI, like I'll say it as nicely and respectfully as I can. This particular topic is not something that like I would like your opinions on. It's the decision we've made, and yeah, that's it. I don't want to be aggressive or rude or anything. I know this can be a hot topic, and I don't think that a comment section on a YouTube channel is an appropriate place to like get into like an argument about that sort of thing. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on a really quick little disclaimer there. So other things that are going on, let me see. This week, yeah, okay. So just looking ahead a little bit, I was looking at my notes because my brain is just, per usual, kind of mush. This week and the next, I'll be a little bit lighter on videos. I have a couple of videos to go up this week besides this WIP and Chat, and then I have my premiere on Christmas Day. That'll show up, by the way, like once we get that filmed and I upload it, it should show up as like a scheduled live video, and you can even set a reminder for it if you like. Anyway, I will try to pre-record some videos. That one's got holes in the top, and there are drills like right on one of the like main subjects, like this amazing dragon. I'm much more picky about the drills that I put down. Anyway, I will try to record a couple of easy videos, like a couple of unboxings or a small shop haul or something like that I can just have ready to go and just scheduled to maybe go up between Christmas and New Year's. But I'm not going to push myself too hard to do that. Like I have other priorities like wrapping gifts and finishing Christmas shopping and whatnot. But if I'm able to, I will try to have a couple of videos to go up between Christmas and New Year's. But if I don't, I'm sure you guys will understand. I do want to be able to take some time off and just to be able to spend time with family, and to make sure that I'm, prioritizing the right things. And so, yeah, it's just, I'm gonna hold it loosely, as I like to say, and hopefully I'll have a couple things up to keep you company. If not, feel free to browse back through my playlists every once in a while, and this is always like equal parts like flattering and fascinating, and also mortifying. But sometimes I will see people mention like they'll comment on a much older video or something like that and say like, "Hey Katie, I'm going back and I'm watching all your videos from the beginning," and and then they'll leave a comment like on that video, and I always have a moment of like, don't watch my very first videos. They're so embarrassing. Like they're painful for me to go back and watch, just because like I notice like verbal quirks and tics that drive me crazy even now about like myself. And I'm like, that was a year and a half ago. Can we just pretend like that doesn't exist? But no, feel free to hop over to like my WIP and Chat playlist, or any of those playlists, whatever tickles your fancy, just if you want some background noise. as I call it, want to pretend like I put up some videos. But no, I think it's super, super sweet when people mention like, oh, I went back to the very beginning and, watched all your videos, and that's so, so sweet. Thank you for doing that. And I've totally done the same with other creators before. So I totally get it, especially when it's like, I just want to listen to more of this creator's voice. But yeah, I'm going to try to finish this section. This is the second to last color for this section, and then I'll wrap it up. But I just want to, I know I talked about it last week, but I want to mention it again just to commiserate, empathize, stand in solidarity with any of you that really are struggling with your mental health around the holidays. Even though I talk about this a lot, I really, truly feel like it's the sort of subject that, frankly, I don't think we can talk about too much because, especially around like the holidays, which can be so triggering for so many people, myself included. I had a really, really, really difficult night on Wednesday evening where I had been watching and listening to like a number of other like creators, like YouTube videos, and it felt like, and this is like absolutely not any sort of slam on any other creators at all, but I had gotten to a point where I felt like nearly every video that I was listening to was talking about things relating to like Christmas shopping and getting Christmas shopping done and getting Christmas prep done, which, to be fair, I have talked about that in this video. So like, again, I'm not like, ragging on any creators for doing that at all. But it got to a point where I just was in my head and I was feeling very overwhelmed. But then I decided, like, it's okay. I'm going to use this as motivation. I'm going to go ahead and knock out this one Christmas gift, like, for my mom. And it's possible that she watches these videos, so I'm not going to say what it is. But that took me some time to do. But then I did it, and it was after the kids had gone to bed, and Adam was why wasn't he home that night? There was something that was going on film-wise, and anyway, so I finished it and I ordered it, and but then instead of feeling like accomplished and like a sense of like satisfaction, like, okay, I've checked that off the list, I just like burst into tears and just felt really low and really, really sad and just overwhelmed. Like, I didn't feel a sense of accomplishment at all. I just felt worse. And that was super discouraging. It was a tough night. And that's something that like I haven't struggled with before. Like, being that overwhelmed by every little thing. So that was not fun. And so all this to say that, like, if you're struggling, like, again, you're not alone. I hope that you have or are able to reach out to find like a support system. I'm a huge proponent of therapy, talk therapy, and the difference that it can make. It has made a very big difference in my life, and I can't imagine how much more difficult a time I might be having in this season if I didn't have therapy to help me process through some of it. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to give you medical advice at all, but I would encourage you to reach out for help if you need it. And if nothing else, please know you're not alone. I hope that, especially on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, if you want company, please check out the premieres. I don't have a link to like a playlist or anything like that at the moment, but hopefully you will see my scheduled premiere post go up in just a couple of days. And hopefully, you may have already seen other creators have put theirs up because they're more on it than I was as far as getting their videos filmed and up. Yes, please please check those out so that you have some company. But I think that I think this is probably a good place to wrap it up. I hope this video was not too down again this week. But I am always super, super grateful for those of you that come and hang out for any length of time in these videos, and hope that if nothing else, it helps you feel a little bit less alone, like I said. So if you made it all the way to the end, how about, well, we've got a dragon here. How about another dragon emoji? I say another because I'm quite positive that I have asked you guys to share dragon emojis at the end of WIP and Chats before. I'm almost positive I will not have a WIP and Chat up for you guys next week, because I will have the premiere up on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. So feel free to check that out, and that can stand in for the WIP and Chat. You can watch the replay. There will be a replay up as well. But I'm not going to try to film a WIP and Chat. I will probably try to take a diamond painting with me when we travel, but I don't know how much I'll actually get done, and I'm not planning to film while I'm gone, with the exception of I'll vlog for my Patreon. I do have a Patreon. If you're interested in more info, check it out below. But a couple, like the top two tiers, the top two of the 3 tiers, get weekly vlogs from me. And so I will definitely be vlogging while I travel, and they'll get to see some of that. But like I said, I don't plan on like filming while I'm at my parents' house otherwise. So I hope that you guys are staying safe and that you're taking care of yourself. I hope that all of your prep, if you have holiday celebrations coming up, I hope that all of your prep and whatnot is going smoothly, and that you're having the chance to catch your breath and take care of yourself in the midst of all the craziness. Know that I'm here and sending you so much love and warmth and happy thoughts and encouragement, but one day at a time, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Thanks for also finishing this section with me. Look at this cute little dragon. Oh my gosh, I love getting to this dragon's face. So cute. Okay, like I said, feel free to leave a dragon emoji if you made it all the way to the end. Let me know what you were working on and how you're doing. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a really, really good start to your week. Take care of yourself, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.